video is going to help teach you about the most exciting and most innovative of the Google Docs, Google Drive suite of programs. And this one is so sweet. It is the one called Create a Form. Now, my focus, as always, is on educational things. So I'm going to pretend I am going to do this to make up something about a fraction survey quiz. But there are so many things that you could use this for, and there are um, many different templates you can choose. And I'm just going to choose the one that looks more educational, which is note paper. And I begin my quiz with a simple question of what is your first name, that I will ask my children in maybe 5th grade or 6th grade. And I'll change this to say text, and I'll make it a required question. So your parameters here, as you get started, you put the name of the survey you're creating, question, hint, or help text when it's applicable, and you make it required if you want. Now, there's a wonderful world here under data validation, but we will do that a little bit later. By the way, I'm going to have a progress bar at the bottom of the pages, which is a cool new Google Drive feature, as is data validation. So right now my survey has one item. I'm going to try to add an item that corresponds to each data type, and I'm going to require you to do the same for homework. So in paragraph form, I am going to ask the kids to please use quality English to describe the difference between a rational and irrational number. Rational and irrational number. And here I will use a little help, and I will say, please have at least 3 sentences. Please give an example or 2. Now this is going to be paragraph text, and it just means that it's going to be a block slightly bigger than just the text. I'll choose done, also a required question. My third question will be of a different type. Okay, so I've done text, I've done paragraph, now I'll do multiple choice. And I will say, which of these numbers is not rational? And now I will say question 1 will be 33. Question 1 will be 33 divided by 2. Answer number 3 will be 3.12345. Next one will be pi. I'll have to use pi right over here, I think. So I will say pi divided by 2. Okay, I will make it a required question, and I will choose done. For those of you who are new to this, let's take a look at what the form looks like before we go further. So on top it says View Live Form. Hope you see that there. I'll click on it. I'll get my note paper, which is my template. What's your first name? Quality English. Which of these 3 numbers is not rational? And then the user would choose Submit. So this is what it's building for us. And these are the skills that I want you to have. And all this data flows into a spreadsheet, which is real exciting and also helps us take advantage of using a spreadsheet for analysis. As I promised, I'm going to try to do one of each type. And this is being done in September of 2013, and they will keep adding data types. So the next question will be checkboxes. And here I will ask to the child something about which fraction is equal to 0.333 repeating. Okay, and I will say 1 over 4, and I will say 1 over 5, and I will say 1 over 3, and it's kind of cool. You can also have an add other category, and I will say other, and they can specify something if they want. Required question, done. Okay, and we will add another item. Which one are we up to? Choose from a list is similar to the other ones, and it's going to generate where you have to pick one of, right? So I will say which one of these items is the biggest number. And I will say 1/3. Oops, mistyping, sorry. 1/3. I will say 3 out of 8. I will say 3 out of 10. I will say 0.333. Now let me point out something for you on the previous one. On the previous one, which fraction is equal to 0.3, because it's checkboxes, you could, if I go to view live form, you could say this one and this one. In other words, the checkbox format, not the multiple choice and not the list format, but the checkbox supports picking more than one. So let me go back to the quiz, to that question, and modify which fraction is equal to 0.33 repeating. I'll grab the pencil, which lets me edit, and I would say which fractions are equal to 0.33 repeating, and I will add one that says 2/6, and I will add one that says 30 over 90, and the hint will be make sure you check all of them. And add your own for other. And now, when I take a look at what the live form is going to say for that question, it allows the child to click that one, that one, that one, and then also other of 4 divided by 12. Okay, very cool. And this is, some of this stuff is brand new, right? The neatest thing in the world about the Google Docs, Google Drive people is that they keep putting new features in this. Absolutely keep putting new features in. I believe there's now a feature that says that you can insert a picture. So you can insert a image. This did not used to be here. Oh my God, now they can insert a video. I did not even know that. That's brand new. So you can insert an image, and this is the image that your kids will see as they go through the survey quiz. So it's unbelievable that these features keep getting added to Google Docs, Google Drive. Okay, let's keep going forward with this. Sorry about that. And I will come down to add an item. And I'm getting stuck on a picture. Here we go. And we have not done yet a scale or a grid or a date or a time. Right? We just added an image, which is over here. So let's go do a scale. And a scale might say something like which section, which number below is equal to 0.999 repeating. And I'll just use the scale of 1 to 5, but you can change it to whatever you want. And so I'll change this to 0 to 4. The point is you have the scale feature. This one won't be required, and we'll choose done. But this is the visual that you get, where the child or the person doing the survey clicks something, and it's very good for ratings. Right? Even nicer is the grid. Okay, and I will say classify each number as rational or irrational. And I will make a grid type. Again, this wasn't here 2 years ago. And row 1 will be the number 1/3, and row 2 will be the number 0.232323, and this will be the number 0.232323 repeating, and this will be the number of pi. I can get the pi symbol. Pi divided by 2. I think I wiped out my 0.2323 repeating. Those are going to be the rows of the grid, and the column is going to be rational, irrational, and not sure. How does this display? When I choose required and done, it displays this way, where it's a grid, where here are the rows, here are the columns, and the child clicks on one of the circles. Okay, what else haven't we done? I think we've done pretty nicely with everything. We haven't added the date or time. I will add the date, and I will say today's date is, and we will pick the date as add. I'll include the time, and the child gets to get this visual right here. The order of these things can be moved. So you can take any of these and you can just click and you can bring it up. This is chock full of features. Absolutely unbelievable. You can go to responses, and you can get yourself, I'm sorry, I'm looking for the feature. I think they may have taken it away, of notification. But this is chock full of features, and it all goes into a spreadsheet. Now, when we view the live form, we get ourselves the URL of this form. And for those of you in this course, you've learned that you can take this URL, you can copy it, you can go to my friend called tinyurl.com, you could click here, and paste in the URL, and you can call this fraction survey 33. And then tiny URL, if you choose something unique, will come back, and then you could give this out to your students and say, here's your homework, or here's your assignment. And this has nothing to do with students. You can do this as a survey of parents, a survey of people in your church or synagogue, right, or organization. There's tremendous uses for this. And in the sequel video, we will talk about the spreadsheet analysis and how the data that flies into here, right, the child is going to choose submit over here, and this is the submit bar showing what percentage that you've gone through. So this is chock full of features. It's a wonderful, wonderful environment. If you're in the online course, this is part of the lesson 3 assignment, in which you'll be seeing on paper, right, how you have to make one of these your own. And then we will do the analysis afterwards. Okay? This is Steve Bergen, and I am signing off and hope this was helpful. Thank you. Bye.